Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tea with Tokwase, where I serve you the hottest tea from the internet, from TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, and sometimes X. Today's video is going to be about regretful wives. So, another Mother's Day has come and gone, but for a lot of women, it didn't feel like a celebration. It felt like a reminder of how invisible they've become in their own homes. So, we're going to watch some videos from TikTok, and then I will sprinkle in my own comments here and there. So, get your popcorn, get your tea, and get your biscuits. Let's get into this.
Like, I'm just hurt because like today was supposed to be my day. You know, nobody told me Happy Mother's Day. I'm sitting here washing the dishes on my day.
It's just another day. It's a made-up day anyway.
It's not a made-up day. Everybody celebrates Mother's Day.
No, it's just another day to get men to spend money. Just like any other day, I tell you I love you every single day, but you need a title for it?
You don't think I'm worth to spend money on?
Yes, but you need like a title on it? Why is it gonna,
well, how would you feel if how would you
stuff all the time?
How would you feel if I did match the same energy on Father's Day?
I don't know.
How would you feel? How would you feel if I put this little effort into Father's Day?
You don't. I mean, you always do stuff I don't ask you to.
But you don't do anything for me. And that's what hurts my feelings. So you're just not going to do anything for like the last couple of hours, I guess?
I'm going to work in the morning. Not to go to bed.
Alright.
So at this point, I think women should just be matching men's energy. The same energy they give you at Mother's Day or in Mother's Day is the same energy you should give them on Father's Day, their birthday, all of it. Because sometimes they also pretend like, oh, Father's Day does not mean anything. Oh, it is stress on them. Even when you're like organizing like let's say something in the restaurant, it's be like you're pulling teeth to let them take them to the restaurant. Women, I think we should start matching people's energy at this point. We shouldn't. And even in the comment section as well, you see a lot of people advising her that she deserves better, which she actually does. But I think we should actually be matching men's energy.
Get out of your hair for you.
Okay.
You can spend Mother's Day with your children.
Oh, okay.
It's Mother's Day.
So your idea of me having like this wonderful Mother's Day is you leaving to go to a movie by yourself.
It's not a long movie.
That is so dumb.
I gotta get the mower running. I need to get a tire.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For some reason, she's laughing at this. I don't know if she thinks this is adorable. I don't know if she thinks this is a joke. Because this, I don't imagine a bigger red flag than this. For your celebration, Mother's Day, I, as an individual, single, will go to the movies to watch a movie and leave you to celebrate with your children, like to like literally do what she has done for the for the whole year, basically. But the fact that she's laughing at this is actually making me feel some kind of way because it's not funny, it's not adorable. And come to think of it, how many men do you know on a random day are just heading to the movies to watch a movie by themselves? I'm not in a relationship, so maybe I don't know. I'm not married, so maybe you will let me know in the comment section. How many men do you know will just decide by themselves to go and watch a movie by themselves? Because something fishy is going on here. There's a possibility that he's going to go and meet somebody else and her children there. But I don't want to dig too deep into it. Let's stop sending out conspiracy theories here. But let me know what you think in the comments. This is sauce. So this video is saying, thinking back to my first Mother's Day. First, that means she just married and just had her first child. Thinking back to my first Mother's Day as a new mom, when he was gathering his golf clubs, and I said, you're golfing today on Mother's Day, to which he replied, yeah, why? My mom doesn't even live here. Meaning he thinks that Mother's Day, or he is pretending to believe that Mother's Day is for his own mother and not for her that just became a mother now because of him. Are you seeing the acrobatics these men are trying to do to get out of the responsibility of celebrating their wives that they say they love? Somebody that has sacrificed her life to give birth to your big-headed child. Ladies, be clocking these things. Be clocking it and be getting out fast, because I don't know what other blatant way he's going to tell you that he does not like you. I don't know. But I'm not married. So please, the married people, let me know. Maybe I'm overreaching or over. Yeah, maybe I'm overreaching. But let's.
Am I the only one who had no idea that this was a debate? Because my experience of Mother's Day has always been that the mother we are celebrating is a mother to like an actual child. And so if you are the partner of a mother to a small child, we are celebrating your partner and not your own mother of adult children. Like, this is not a holiday for the family matriarch. It is a holiday for the person who is actively working in the trenches of parenting right now. The person who probably badly needs that support and that recognition. Even if they are not your mother. Is that not how everyone celebrates it?
I think they are just trying to pretend like they don't know, because this is not even something that you should even think about. Like, it's not even. They're just trying to pretend that they don't know, just to make sure that they don't celebrate this woman. They don't want to spend their coins, and these are the same people that will tell you to quit your job to take care of the children, and they cannot spend. How much would it be for Mother's Day if you book it on time? If you book a reservation in a restaurant on time, I don't think you'll be spending anything more than £500. Is it like it's all about planning. Maybe you can even do some things that some people just want flowers and cards. It's just something more thoughtful. It may even be £100 or $100. I've not been to America, so I don't know the value of money there. But yo, they know it. They know it. They're just pretending because they're not dumb. These are the people that are executives in their office. It- Yeah, don't clock it, guys.
Lord have mercy. There are a lot of moms out there that had horrible, horrible Mother's Day. And my heart is going out to them. Let me know what you think about this. One woman on social media said she asked her husband for some chocolate and a card. He let the chocolate melt in the car, and the card, not even signed by him or the children. Just the bare minimum. He couldn't even do that. That was the easiest thing to ask of your husband. A card and chocolate, both sold at the grocery store. And he couldn't even accomplish that task. My heart goes out to this woman, and it tells me a lot of things about her husband. None of it good at all. And many women were talking about how Mother's Day was about their moms or their mother-in-laws, and they weren't happy with that. And there's this whole concept that Mother's Day should really be focused on women in the parenting trenches. And to that I say, hell yeah, it should. It should. And if you're a mom that's my age, kids are grown, and you're going to get upset about that, I urge you to think back. When you had young kids, you couldn't remember the last time you went to the bathroom by yourself, that you took a shower longer than 3 minutes. Think back to that. And then try to tell me that it really shouldn't focus on women in the parenting trenches. And even if you're parenting teens, it should be on those women too. It should be on moms actively parenting. And I will start a petition that says Mother's Day should be renamed to Happy Mother's Day for all of you moms in the active parenting trenches. Because for older women to get their nose out of joint about, not having a day about them, get in your memory bank, get in that little memory bank choo-choo train, and go way back to when you were doing all this, and tell me if you'd still feel that way. Although, I think I'm right. We should rename it. It's a made-up holiday anyway, so let's get on that. So what do you think? What do you think about that poor woman whose husband couldn't even give her chocolate and a card? Women saying, I got screwed over by my own mom and my mother-in-law for my Mother's Day, and just like renaming the holiday. Let me know.
Like, this is just pathetic behavior. And it annoys me when men are the ones doing things like this. But for a woman, you as a mother-in-law, you are upset that your son is spending his time with his wife that has children on Mother's Day. Are you high? Is that something you're not telling us? Could you have been a pick me when you were younger? Are you a monster in law? Is that just let us know, because this is not logical behavior. Yeah, your son should be spending his time and his efforts on his wife and children. If you see him in your house on Mother's Day, use broom, not the broom that has long stick. Use the African broom and send him back to his wife. Teach them better.
All right, quick PSA for all the husbands out there. Your mom can get a text message, a phone call, but if you have a wife with kids, that's the woman that needs to be celebrated for that day. Your mom, her mom, they can get phone calls. I mean, if you already had plans, go see them, sure, but I feel like there's constant pressure year after year to go see your mom on Mother's Day, and that's just not it. Your wife has young children right now. Your mom, her mom, you know, they've gotten their time to celebrate. A phone call should be enough. At the end of the day, you got to celebrate your wife, the mother of your children, and the pressure needs to stop.
First of all, I don't like when people make videos while they are driving. I can't do it. But putting that aside, yeah, what are you doing in your mother's house on Mother's Day? What are you doing? There's a there's a whole year to celebrate your mother. Give her a call on the Mother's Day. Send her flowers. You don't need to physically go there to go and give her flowers. Use courier services to send her a gift. Your brain is not too small to be able to manage two people, two women in your life that day. You can plan ahead of time, send her a gift, yeah, yeah, and then spend the time with your wife and children, your own children. The fact that I'm even talking about this thing is even annoying me. So I'll leave it there. So the thing says he surprised me camping with kids for Mother's Day. She is the one camping with the kids on Mother's Day. So she's not even in the house. He's sending them outside the house to go and sleep on dirt, grass in the wilderness for Mother's Day with the children in an unprotected environment. Father, this is the protector.
It's that time of year again. It is Mother's Day weekend, and women are going to start posting their videos of their men not being considerate or giving them gifts that are not very thoughtful. There are going to be videos like this one where a man plans something that he would want. He knows she's not going to like it, but he's going to call her ungrateful when she says that she doesn't. There are going to be videos posted from women at 11:59 p.m. complaining that their husband or their child's father didn't give them flowers or a gift, any kind of experiences at all. They're going to complain that the whole day went by and nothing was done. There are going to be women complaining that their men said to them, "You're not my mother. Why should I do anything for you?" The same men that want you to cut the crust off of their sandwiches, laundry, and the cooking and the cleaning and all the things that their mommy used to do, they're going to be complaining that you're not their mom. What were you expecting? I'll say the reason why they posted is because they want to know they're not alone and that other women are dealing with the same thing. Of course there are, but there are also women out there whose child's father went out of his way to plan a day that was special, exactly what she would want. We know you're not going to leave these men, but if you want these moments to be special, you're going to have to step up and make it that way. Start asking him in advance what he has planned for your birthday, for Mother's Day, for Christmas. Start asking him and then start telling him. Tell him I want a spa day, or I want a nice night in a nice hotel where I can order room service and hang out in a robe all day. I want to be locked in my room for a day with no kids. Whatever you want, tell him. Because if he wanted something from you, he would tell you. I promise you that.
So the first thing that I got from this video is these women are the ones posting this thing online, and I want them to keep on posting it. But what I also want is for them to realize that the reason why they made that video was because something was wrong somewhere. Like, if even though they are not able to spell it out that this relationship is not serving them and they're not happy in the relationship, there was a reason why they posted that video. So my problem is these women will not want to leave these situations. They don't think it's big enough for them to leave these situations. And these are people that are like in the first few years of their marriage. They don't want to leave these situations, but they keep on putting these things online. And then when you give your own opinion about, yeah, this is not the right thing, they start backtracking. I will show you some of those videos of people backtracking on it. But if you think it's bad enough to make a video about it and post online, start thinking of an exit plan. Start thinking of an exit plan. Don't stay there and wait until it gets way worse than what it is now. Yeah. But anyway, let's go on to the next one. Also, before we go to the next one, I don't also agree that she should be telling him like word for word what she wants. If you're in a relationship with somebody that you say you like, how won't you know what the person will want? It's I'm not saying she should not communicate what she wants. She can also do that. It depends on your relationship. But I feel if you're in a relationship with somebody that you like, you cannot tell me that you don't know what she will want on as a birthday gift or like how? Because women don't ask men what would they want for Father's Day because they will claim, oh, it's not something seriously. Women do not ask you men what they want for their birthdays because they also be saying it's not that serious, it's not that important. But try not doing it, and then you see the biggest sulking and the biggest stamping of the feet, toddler behavior you ever see in your life. So I don't agree with the fact that your wife has to tell you. She can be having a conversation because you're living with this person for your whole life. The whole year you have been living with this person. You want to tell me that you have not seen her um passing by a restaurant and she's saying, oh, that looks like a new restaurant and I've seen some pictures on TikTok and it looks really nice. You want to tell me that you have not seen her walking by a mall and saying, oh my god, this perfume smells so nice, this earrings looks. Even if you want to tell me that you're not seeing that, go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go to places where women are. Women talk. We say what we want. Women trust and believe. If a woman, somebody that's not your wife, says 10 things that she wants, 5 of them, your wife will also want the same thing. So how about you just take those odds and buy the 10 gifts? Or pick 5 that you think should relate to your wife that you love, and are living with. Like, please, can you guys make this make sense? We're not dumb here. Oh, these men are not dumb. Let's stop thinking that they're dumb. They know what they're doing.
Biggest Mother's Day pet peeve is that when a woman is disappointed on Mother's Day because her partner didn't get her a card or didn't get her a gift or didn't get her the gift that she wanted or didn't plan a brunch or whatever, and she complains about that, everyone's first instinct is to say, well, you should have communicated better. Men aren't mind readers. Okay, why do men have to not be mind readers, but women have to anticipate what everybody around them wants and needs all the time? Nobody ever communicates to a mom what they need or what they want. We just figure it out because we're experts in everybody in our family. And there's nothing wrong with wanting someone to be an expert in you for a day when it's supposed to be your special day. But instead, our world just says you should have communicated better, which, let's be honest, is just the can you just make me a list of Mother's Day.
Yes, and that's very true. And the video we watched, the last 2 videos, where the lady said she wants flowers and chocolate. Was it flowers and chocolates? No, a card and chocolates. 2 things on the list. You can even write it down. This man let these chocolates melt in the car. By the way, these are the people that are running companies. He did not know that chocolate melts in a hot car. He let the chocolate melt in the car, and the card was not signed by himself or the children. Are you seeing it? It's not about a woman telling the man what she wants. It is the man wanting to do it and not wanting to do it. And women, please wake up, wake up, wake up and leave when you need to leave. Marriage is not a do or die affair. It's not.
I have seen now 3 videos of women who have come on this app to complain about their Mother's Day and their partners and how their partner didn't do anything for Mother's Day. And ironically enough, they're all washing dishes in their videos. I'm like, what is up with the dishwashing on Mother's Day? This happens on this app every single holiday. It'll be someone's birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas. It's literally like clockwork. And at this point, I've lost a lot of empathy and sympathy for the women that come on here and do this because most of the time they stay and continue to have children. Or when other women in the comments are like, hey, you deserve better, leave that man. They want to argue about leaving, not leaving. And then they turn around and then they say, oh, he's not that bad. I was just upset. I just felt like I deserved a little bit more, but he's really good father or something like that along the lines. And I'm always like, why do you even come on here and do that? Are you just desperate for attention? Why do you bother doing this? Why do you put us in your business if you don't want to hear what people have to say? Why do you come on here and expose that man if you're going to stay with him? It makes no fucking sense to me. No sense. Y'all are so desperate for attention. And when you get it, you get upset. Because then they make follow-up posts pissed off at the people saying to leave and that they deserve better. Isn't that what you wanted? Wasn't that like the purpose of your post? What is the purpose of these posts? They drive me up the wall. Like, I start blocking those people because I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Unless you're about to leave and you need some help leaving, girl, save it. Save it in the drafts. We don't want to see it. Okay? Please. God damn.
And I'm a big advocate of learning from other people's mistakes and not wanting to make your mistake yourself. But the fact that you have seen other mothers complaining about the same thing all your life, and now it's happening to you. You've given birth to one child. First Mother's Day has come and gone. Second Mother's Day has come and gone. Your husband did not do anything for you. Then you went to go and add another child again. First Mother's Day has come. Second Mother's Day has come. The child is 2 years. Your first child is 4 years. You go and give birth to another one again. And then on your third child, you're complaining that what what do you want us to say? You're not going to add another child to it again and do the whole cycle of complaining again. I really don't get it. I know that you don't stand up and leave your marriage overnight. You have to take some time to get like get into the vibe or get into the mental space that you need. But I'm hoping that all the videos that are being made about this thing is going to give you the take you to that mindset faster to leave and not add more children to this whole situation. I'm just hoping so. I'm hoping that you're learning from other people's mistakes. And even if you have made a mistake, learn from your first two children. Learn from the way you were being treated in the first two. Learn from it. If he has not been able to change for the first 4 years, first 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years, then what are the odds that he's actually going to change when you're 25 years in the marriage? What are the odds? So I hope you're building up the evidence for yourself to leave. I hope that's what the reason why you're making all these videos that you're making. And for other people that have not married or don't have children, learn from this. You don't need to make your own mistake. For me, it also annoys me when they make the videos and then come back to say, oh, he's the best thing that's happened to me. He's the best this, he's the best that, he's the best this. It annoys me so much because can you remember the first video that we watched on this in this video where the lady was doing the dishes and the man didn't get anything for her. And he's saying, oh, he wants to Mother's Day is a made up holiday and all that. That same lady made another video to backtrack on that. So I will not play the whole thing. I'll just leave a screenshot here because of copyright. And the video says, when you post a satire video about Mother's Day and it goes mega viral, now everyone hates your sweet teddy bear husband. Are you angry like I'm angry now? Like are you seeing what I'm saying? And to me, I believe one of the biggest reasons why women will be in such relationships and not want to leave and think that marriage is something that they cannot leave is because we've been socialized to think that from when we're children, we've been given teddy bears like Barbie. We're feeding the children, as I'm telling you, from like baby, from 2 years old, 3 year old, 4 year old. The gifts that are being given to these children are toys of like Barbie and like actual babies for them to be feeding, for the girl children to be feeding. But when you look at male children, they're giving them trucks, they're giving them toolkits, they're giving them different things that are not related to being a mother, or I'm sorry, or to being a father, or to being a father or being a husband. But ladies, babies, female children are being socialized to think that all the movies, Cinderella, Frozen, Prince Charming is coming to save somebody. That is why we have been socialized to do it. So we have to do a lot of work to unlearn it. Because when you get to a point where your highest achievement you think in your life is to get married and have children, then you will start compromising on what you think are your values. You're not thinking about what will actually give you as an individual purpose, what to give you as an individual fulfillment, because you're trying to fulfill somebody else's dream of becoming a mother and becoming a wife. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but having those as the most important things you think you have to achieve in life will make you to shrink yourself to not accomplish the things that you need to do. To make you not to want to explore things, because you see a lot of videos of ladies, if even after they've completed master's degree, and they ask, oh, what is, oh, I want to just get married, I want to start having children. It is good for you to have that, but there's much more that you can achieve in your life than being a mother and a wife. There's an infinite amount of things you can accomplish. But when you have those two things at the as the core of what you think you were put on this earth to do, then it becomes a problem, because you start doing everything. You lose yourself to it. So when you now get into the marriage, no matter what happens to you, you will still want to stay there. That is what happens. That is the reason. But I'm hoping that now that we've been allowed, that a lot of women have been coming to say their experiences, and we've been seeing people's experiences of being mothers and being wives. I'm hoping that people that have not gone into marriage or do not have children yet can consciously make those decisions to not put those things on the pedestal, to not put men on the pedestal, and to put yourself on the pedestal, because you also exist, you also matter. You're not supposed to live your life to as a second character in somebody else's life. No, even when you are married, if you take that mentality to of men being the greatest achievement you can do in your life, if you go into a marriage, then you become the second class citizen in your own home, which shouldn't be so. So I'm just hoping and praying, fingers crossed, my toes still are crossed, that women of this generation are also making that conscious decision to not put men on a pedestal, and not put being a mother and being a wife as the most important thing you achieve in your life. So after many years of feeling unseen and realizing that you are not the center, you're not valued as an individual in your own home, as a wife and as a mother, many wives have spoken up to show why they regret being mothers, why they regret not mothers, why they regret being wives, and why they had to pedestalize men over their life, or like centering men, thank you, centering men in their lives. So many women are coming to express themselves. So when you center men in your life, and you've finally achieved what you think was the most important thing of being a wife, and after many women in the past generation have gone through all that of years of Mother's Day, and they've not felt seen, so many of them have come up to express why they regret being wives. And so I'll play some of those videos now.
Getting married was the worst decision of my life. I got married at 21, and now at 25, I realize what a mistake I made. I'm an educated professional with multiple degrees, while my husband only has a high school diploma. Somehow, his entry-level job is still more important. His hobbies are more important. His time is more important. His preferences hold more weight. Everything is centered around him. I want a divorce, but I don't want to split time with our child with him. He cuts every corner possible while parenting, and I'm worried about the sort of care my child would receive while with him alone. I live with this excruciating knowledge that I settled, and it's only made my life worse. Because of his lack of career prospects, I'm the breadwinner, the primary household manager, the default parent, and the list goes on. I've told him ad nauseum how all of this impacts me, but it's clear he doesn't care. I'm but a star in his orbit, and that's what he expects in perpetuity. The best advice I can give young women is do not marry a man unless you're willing to take care of him, almost like a mother cares for a child. I sit and daydream about how much easier my life would be if he wasn't in it, single motherhood and all.
So And she said she was 21 years old. And this is another thing that the society has been cooking and concocting to dish to women from when we were children. You will hear on social media, oh, she has so much, she has, don't worry, wait until she's 30 years old. She's used goods. She is not worth being married to. All that, and they men will pedestalize young women. They want you to be as well, let's say as naive as possible when they're getting married to you, because they know that when women and our prefrontal cortex have finished developing at the age of 25, 30, we will not accept foolishness. I'm 29 years old. I was not thinking like this when I was 21 years old. I don't even know what I was doing. I'm sure I don't even know what I was doing when I was 21 years old. But I know that whatever decision, if I made any permanent decision at that age, then me growing up to be this age, I wouldn't have been able to think or reason in such a mature way. And I'm sure when I'm older, like 35 years old, I will be thinking more maturely. But me making a permanent decision as getting married at 21 years old, I can imagine her feeling like she's settled. Because I don't think somebody that's 30 years old, a normal thinking lady that is 30 years old, will want to be in a marriage where she is providing financially, she is taking care of the children, taking care of the husband, and still her hobbies are not taken as serious. This man at his entry level job is thinking that he's the most important thing in the world since sliced bread. Yeah, so I think this is why society wants women to get married as soon as possible. They want women to get married as early as possible because they know that by the time your brain fully develops, there is a limit to the nonsense that you can take in a marriage.
If you look at the stats on who's happiest, the happiest people are single women and married men. They're the two happiest groups of people always.
Single women
and married men
are the happiest.
I've been the happiest groups of people. Like not married women. Married women like end up doing all the jobs, and married women aren't happier than single women. Single women are happier than married women. And married men are really happy because they get everything done for them, basically. If you look at this.
Y'all heard her. And I know that even though this is a professional who has done studies, research, has stats to back what she is saying, I know that there are going to be men and some women who are married are going to come in the comments and try to prove to us that that is not true. Even though the stats say otherwise, even though we all know that married men live longer than single men and married women die sooner than single women. It's almost like they're vampires. But whatever. And I'm not saying, and someone had made this comment in the comment section that she's not saying that married women are not happy. That's not what she's saying. She's not saying that married women are not happy. What she is saying is that single women are happier than married men. And married women, before y'all get y'all panties in a bunch, let's keep in mind all the videos that have been circulating lately on social media of these marriages, of these married couple, and all the chaos and all the stuff that y'all have to put up with in order to remain married. And it's no wonder y'all live shorter lives in marriages when y'all are putting up with so much stuff. Like y'all are literally putting up with so much stress and anxiety. Like y'all cortisol levels have to be through the fucking roof while these men are living la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di fucking lives. Like most of y'all are still, like, when you really think about like the dynamic of a marriage, and I'm not saying, before y'all get in the comments, I'm not saying that every marriage is like that, but when we think of where we have come from when it comes to marriages and where we are in the timeline, and we think of a lot of the misogynistic mentality that as a society we still suffer from, and then include that, like incorporate that with our economic standpoint, right? From an economic standpoint, most households cannot survive on one solid income, on one singular solitary income. Most households are not able to do that. Now, when we think about the domestic labor and all of those things added on to that, and some women will come and be like, oh, I've literally seen women come and be like, so what? Yes, I worked 6 days this week and I worked 18 hours. I'm still gonna come home and cook for my man. He's a good man. Is he? Whatever. I'm still gonna come home and cook for my man. That's the least I can do. Okay, babe. Like, all right. All right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what be taking years off their life. You go to work, he go to work, he come home, he put his leg up, and then you get in the kitchen, you get to cooking and cleaning, and then you wake up before him because you got to pack his lunch. And when it comes to the laundry, and then you're like, well, he took the trash out, he mowed the lawn. And yes, he cheated on me 5 times, and this, that, and that, and that, but I love him. Okay, also, I know that I'm rambling at this point, but now let's think of it from another perspective, right? Historically, men have tried to make it seem as if they were doing women a favor by getting married to them. Oh, the old ball and chain, the hag, the your wife, the nagging wife. Like, they made it seem as if being married was like the most horrible thing ever. Having a wife was just such a miserable fucking experience, right? But when you think about it, it's psychological because they have to make you feel like they're not enjoying it so that you will be willing to do more to make them feel better. Like, you try not to be nagging, but you're really not nagging. You're just giving your opinion, or you're just stating when things are wrong. But they label everything you do as a wife as nagging back in the day, the whole ball and chain thing, right? And then, so women got to a point where women are not as moved, like the little carrot, the dangling of marriage, especially once women got rights, which is why they fucking hate that. That's why they use the word feminism as a fucking slur, because the minute women got rights, it just lowered their stock, it lowered their value. So that little carrot doesn't mean shit. So now that there's more women opting out of marriage, now they're trying to use that instead of, since they don't have anything to give us, like marriage doesn't come with you know, anything for women really. It's like, okay, you're gonna be old and alone, and it's like, oh, it's not so bad. That's not so bad. So now they're trying to shame you for being single. So it's like, I thought y'all hated marriage. I thought y'all hated marriage. So if y'all hated marriage and now women are saying, okay, we don't want to get married, why are you shaming women for being single? It's like, oh, where your husband at? Like, they try to make it seem like, oh, you don't got no man, so I don't care. Because you think that having a husband brings some sort of intrinsic value doesn't mean it does. Especially when it's these husbands out here that's on that Dear Future Wifey podcast. Like, it's like, I want you to also think about like older couples, right? Older, like really older couples when one partner dies. Usually when they're like really old, let's think about our like the generation before us, right? When the man passes, grandma be living her best fucking life. She be with her friends, she be traveling, she be doing everything. She gonna go see her grandkids. When grandma is the one to go first, grandpa's life just be in the shitter. Like, I've heard stories from older people about like when their mom died or whatever, how they had to step up and take care of their father. Like how the women had to step up and start tending to the dad as if they were a wife. So who is marriage benefiting?
Babies, ladies, don't be bamboozled. Yeah, we have too much information at our fingertips to be for them to be twisting our head and be feeding us bobo, feeding us lies. Yeah, watch videos on TikTok, curate your algorithm. If you're suffering with centering men in your life, if you are struggling with that, especially the ones that are not married yet, curate your content to on TikTok to be about women. Search for those videos. Listen, don't be listening to married women, especially the ones that are church first ladies in the church, pastors' wives. Those are not the people you should be listening to. Not even the pastors. In fact, most of us is the pastor. Don't even listen to them. Listen to women that are not Christians. First of all, listen to women that have divorced their husbands. Listen to a vast array of women. Don't just be listening to your pastor's wife and your pastor, because they're going to lie to you. Curate, find the information. It's out there. We cannot be making the same mistakes. We don't have any excuse at this point. Hmm? Men are the ones that benefit from marriage. They are the ones that live longer. because they are married. We, women that get married, live shorter life because you're putting up with their bullshit.
A lot of us that are married, we are in a marriage, not a marriage. So single people, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a hurry. Forget the paparazzi on social media. Forget the anchor of social media. Forget it. Do not be deceived. Don't be carried away by the testimony. Look, we are entitled to share whatever we want. We married people want to share on our page. We can lie. It is our load to carry. A lot of people that you are looking up to are lying to you. I'm not saying everybody. You think they have it all good, all nice. My darlings, it's hot in there.
I am not sure who the lady is, but based on the caption, she is a Nigerian actress, and I just want to appreciate her for being honest. When I posted a video sometime last year saying that unlike other African women, marriage can never be an achievement to me, and I showcased my accomplishments and my awards, a lot of African women were triggered in the comment section. Under that particular video, which is stitched with this comment, you would see a lot of African women, specifically Nigerian and Ghanaian women, in the comment section. And this lady is boldly saying the truth. Most African married women are not in happy marriages. They are not in fulfilled marriages. A lot of them have resentment and a lot of them regret getting married, and that is why they were triggered. They wondered the life they would have had if they had centered themselves, centered their goals, and centered their own dreams, rather than being male-centered and believing that their life would be fulfilled with marriage. And so when I say that marriage is not an achievement, I'm not saying marriage is not good. I'm not saying do not have the desire for marriage. I am saying that put yourself first, put your goals first, put your dreams first, have a career, have a source of income, and understand the realities of marriage, because marriage is not a fairy tale. Marriage is a difficult journey, and in the African context, it was our mothers who sacrificed a lot. The survival of most marriages in the African context is dependent on the wife. It was our mothers who ensured marriages survived for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and so on. As for men, I do not even consider their perspectives when it comes to marriage, relationships, and patriarchy, because all these systems, marriage, relationship, and patriarchy, benefits men. And most men have a delusional perspective when it comes to the type of marriages that their mothers and their grandmothers were in. Oh, our grandmothers were happy. Oh, our mothers were happy. They were not. They sacrificed, they endured, and if they had the opportunity, most of your mothers and most of your grandmothers would not have gotten married, and that is the fact. And one of the interesting things I have noted is the fact that most of the African women in my comment section, including those who are not even married yet, hold very delusional perspectives when it comes to marriage. None of the women in their families had good marriages. Most of them have never seen a healthy and a fulfilling marriage before. But they were in the comment section triggered because I said, unlike most African women, marriage can never be an achievement to me. Again, let me be clear. The fact that marriage is not an achievement does not mean that you should not aspire to be married. But remember that marriage is a difficult journey, and at the end of the day, it is the women that sacrifice a lot to be able to sustain a marriage. One of the greatest blessings that most of our mothers and our grandmothers got out of marriage is as their children, especially if their children grow up to become responsible adults. So I would like to thank that Nigerian lady for being honest, and I want all women to be realistic when it comes to how they perceive marriage. Marriage is not a bed of roses, and as a woman, you will sacrifice a lot and you will endure a lot for that marriage to survive. So have that at the back of your mind. And when we say that marriage is not an achievement, we are not attacking married women. The thing is that most of you married women, you are not in happy marriages, you are not in fulfilled marriages. And if you had the opportunity, you would not have gotten married, and you are triggered when we say it. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist.
Yes, she said it all. Like that we're saying marriage should not be your achievement or having children should not be your achievement does not mean you should not want to do it. But what we're saying is don't let it be the most important thing in your life. Don't let it be the only thing you're aspiring to be. Because if you let that happen, you will lose yourself totally. After 10 years, after 20 years in your marriage, you don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. And remember that the same way these men have things to achieve in life, you also have things to achieve in your life. You also have to, we're not saying don't get married. No, nobody's saying don't get married. But the thing you should be aspiring to have is a healthy relationship. And the only way you can have a healthy relationship is if you center yourself in that relationship to make sure that you are gaining what you want to get from the relationship. And I am also from Nigeria, and I totally understand what she says. We have been socialized to think that it is the most important thing you can do. In fact, it's until recently that you could go by as a single lady to go and rent a property by yourself. Rent, not even buy. Not that there's a difference, but I studied real estate management, and we were taught that in class. Like we were told that that's what happens in class. So, and most times what is normal is that you move from your father's house to your husband's house. You don't even know who you are. So you're already lost from the beginning, because from the beginning you're already supposed to be doing what your father says you should do. So you don't even know who you are. Just remember that the man has something to achieve. You too have something to achieve. Even though you have not found it, you definitely have something that you're supposed to achieve in life, which is not to be the name tag of mother or the name tag of wife. Nobody's saying you should not do that, but that should not be the center. If not, you will lose yourself. And 10, 20 years down the line, you don't know who you are anymore.
In the closet again. So my husband told me that he feels like I've checked out of our marriage for the last year or so. But what he doesn't realize is that it's not that I've checked out of the marriage. I've checked out of being the emotional and mental quarterback, running back, defensive back, coach, owner of this entire marriage. And I really have. Like, I'm not doing that work anymore. I'm just trying to take all of that energy, that mental and emotional energy that I put into every aspect of our relationship for the last 17 years. And I'm taking it and I'm actually putting it back into me. And because I'm not like this superhuman person, I don't have enough for him. I don't have enough for me and him. And there's not enough room for both of us on the headboard. Now, because I'm a woman, of course, my tendency is to feel bad about it, especially when he expresses displeasure or sadness or feeling like I'm getting further away from him. I'm not doing that work anymore. And now he's like really noticing it. I explained to him too that like I'm on my therapy journey. I'm not happy, and I'm not blaming him. I'm taking ownership of it myself and saying, hey, I've got work to do. I've got things that I have to do to get my head right, to get my spirit right, to get my soul right. I want to make plans for myself. I want to do things that make me happy, and make me feel good about myself. And the fact is, it hasn't always been this relationship. This relationship has drained the shit out of me. But when I try to explain it to him, it's like I'm speaking, Chinese. Like, he doesn't understand what I'm saying because I did it for so long. Like, willingly and happily, I did all the planning for every aspect of our lives, everything that we've done. I'm always taking the first step. I'm always saying the first person to say I'm sorry. Like, I'm always taking the lead in that mental and emotional space since the beginning of the marriage. I mean, I get it. I know he's used to it. It's what he's comfortable with. But I can't do it anymore. Like, I just can't. I don't have enough for him. And I need to take care of myself. And of course I do feel bad, but I don't feel bad because I know I'm doing what's best for me. I matter. I'm a human being too. Actually, there's kind of a part of me that hopes that he looks at me and sees the work that I'm doing, and then maybe he might take it upon himself to do some work that he needs to do for himself. I don't know. That might be a pipe dream though.
No. And it annoys me when women don't see these things. Like this is literally what I just said. This is literally what I just said now. Because we think it is the most important thing for us to do, we desert every other thing that we can be accomplishing in life. Every other thing is secondary. Serving somebody, serving another human being. Saving another human being is what she put in her. I think she started the divorce process after 18 years of marriage. Just imagine 18 years of your life you are serving somebody. You're not like you're serving. It's not even like a job where you have benefits. You have, after 18 years, you know what your pension should look like. You know what's your salary, what you, the benefit, like the monetary benefit. You cannot show nothing. She cannot show anything for 18 years. If you were at work, 18 years job experience, at that time you are already a consultant. Do you understand what I mean? So the fact that you are losing yourself to serve somebody, meaning you're putting yourself on the back burner, forgetting, the man will never be able to understand the work that she actually put into this. Because you know why? When he was a child, as a male child, his mother would be running around him, making sure that he's all right. From when she was a child, she will be the one doing all the house chores, doing all. So it just started from when she was a child. I'm not talking about her in particular, but I'm saying generally as what male and female children look like in a household setting. So his mother is already doing that. Maybe his sisters are also joining to do all that work around him, making him think that he's the center of the universe. So when he comes here and she's doing all these things, he would think is that's what's supposed to happen. That's what you think. And this is why you should not put somebody else in the center of your life. Yourself should be in the center of your life. Somebody will call it being selfish. You should be selfish. Like, did God bring you into this world to be somebody's servant? No. You should be selfish about your time. It's still one life you have. You're not going to come back again. You still one life you have. You cannot waste it on somebody else that will not even see the benefit of what you're doing. Please, ladies, we have to wake up. We have to really, really wake up.
If you had to give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
Obey my mother. I finished high school at 16, and she had planned to send me from Fort Worth back to Marshall, Texas, to Wiley College, because I would have been the first grandchild of her 18 sisters and brothers to go to college. But I got married. Oh, she was so disappointed. And it took me 4 years and 4 babies to realize I was going to have to raise my husband too. So I cut my losses. I went home to my mother. And do you know, I had nerve enough to say, I'm ready to go to college now. And she says, I got no money to send you to nobody's college.
These are the boomers. These are the people who are the parents of the older millennials. These men come out and they talk about how, oh, there were so much more marriages. I've been studying marriage trends and how it's on a downturn and has been on a decline since the silent generation. The silent generation were before the boomers. The boomers were before Generation X, and then we have the millennials. The boomers are the ones who gave birth to the older millennials. They try to make it seem as if our grandmothers were so damn happy, the women that came before us, that the reason why marriages lasted so much longer is because people were happier then. No. And this is part of the reason that there's so many men right now who are making a push to talk about trying to go back to the times of the 1950s and taking women's rights away.
We need to regain control of women again, the way it used to be in the 1950s.
Because they know that when women are able to choose, they choose differently. When women are able to work, control their fertility or contraceptives to stop themselves from becoming impregnated. This is part of the reason that they're creating all of these laws right now to try to force births onto women, because societies across the world, Japan doesn't even know if it's going to be a country in another 150 years, because women are giving birth to so few babies, because when they were able to make the choice, even women that they're talking about, oh, Asian women are so submissive, and you know, that gomenasai and the whole geisha mindset that so many people think that Japanese women are supposedly supposed to be in nowadays. Even they are opting out of marriage. They're opting out of even cohabitating or having children. They're like, listen, there was a study that was done that single child-free women are the happiest women in society. Why is that? Psychology Today had that article that went viral, that there's a growing number of single, lonely men. Why is that? Why is it that men are not investing in themselves, making themselves suitable mates? They don't want to change. They want you to shut the F up. Last night we talked about that therapist that was fired. She went viral for telling black men that they need to get therapy and work on their communication skills in relationships so that they can have healthy relationships.
You need to expand your emotional vocabulary. It's so your life can be easier. To elevate our standards. At the cost of us elevating y'all standards, y'all got axed because y'all didn't elevate. On Monday, telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence, and I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment.
The way that she spoke it and said it was riddled with a lot of different profanity, okay, but she has a different targeted audience. And those who don't resonate with her profanity don't buy her services. Some people said that the mistake that she made was in trying to help black men in the first place. But I understand, because black women have been leveling up and we're their counterpart. Less and less men are going to college and getting themselves educated. There hasn't been raises in the wages in respect to performance of employees since the 1980s. Millennials aren't able to buy houses. A man is not able to support a family on one income. And things have got to change as women grow and expand and create the healing within themselves. Their counterparts have to lift themselves up.
No, don't help the men. They do not need help. They are the ones that are the creating societies. They are the ones that, these are the people that are executives. They don't need help. They don't need your help. They don't need your help. Be a black man, white man, green, blue, orange. They don't need your help. Focus on yourself. Focus on improving yourself. If by chance one of the men come along and they suit your value, that means in the relationship you are gaining something. Never go into a relationship where you're not gaining anything. You might as well be single. Yeah, you might as well be single if you're going into a relationship. So don't try to help anybody. Don't try. These are full-grown men. Don't try to help them. Focus on yourself. In fact, I need to even put my master's degree up there. Focus on yourself. Get the house you want to get. Travel. Take all the trips you want to get in your lifetime. Take it. Take it. These men are not, they're not worth you losing your whole life for trying to help them. I'm not helping anybody of me. I'm not, in fact, brand me selfish. I am very, in fact, I should even put a name plate here. Selfish. Yes, exactly. I'm not going to use my life helping somebody else when they won't even see the help. They won't even see it as help. They'll see, oh, you're nagging. Oh, you're doing this. She says, improve your own communication to help your own life. They refuse. Men will not do anything if they are not in a position where they have consequences. They are not going to do anything. So please let them be. Don't even try to help anybody. Also, back to this woman. I know myself, when I was younger, I was not thinking like this. She immediately 4 children in 4 years. When when she went back to her mother, obviously the mother is facing her life, and I can just imagine the mother's disappointment because she'll be like, what else could I have told my daughter to make her not think that that being in a marriage is an achievement? What else? Because society is also raising your child. It's not just you that has influence on your child. I totally understand it. Yeah, it's so sad. I'm just even putting myself in the shoes of this lady's mother, this old woman's mother. Also, when you say the marriage rate is going down, it's going down the same way that with the same rate at which we as women got um the freedom to choose if we want to have children, freedom to choose if we want to get married. When we got the freedom to be able to earn our own money, have our own bank account, we were able to choose better. So you in 2025 you don't have an excuse. You do not have an excuse. Educate yourself. Don't put your head in the sand.
And have you had a conversation with your mother? Because the women of today are having conversations with their mothers, and their mothers are telling them, don't do what I did. But you're idolizing your mother because you never really saw your mother as a human. You saw her as someone who provided for your needs. The question men need to start having is, how do I show up as a modern man in the 21st century? I can't be like my father because the women right now are not like my mothers. How do I step up to make sure that I can partner with the kind of women that I see right now? A woman who is a working class woman, or a woman who even knows her rights, that is working day to day. We will not put up with a man that still believes she has to submit to him just because you're a man. So we have modern women, but the men haven't caught up. And that's why they are stuck in that paradigm of fighting for power that no one is trying to take from them.
I totally agree with her perspective, and I want to emphasize the fact that social evolution missed men. You see, women have evolved. Women are working, women contribute financially to the home. However, men have not evolved in their mindset. A lot of men hold archaic and obsolete ideas about marriage, and those ideas no longer work for the type of women we have in this generation. Now, the point of divergence when it comes to this lady's presentation is the fact that nobody is trying to take power away from men. No, marriage was about power. Marriage was about men having power and authority over women. And so women being financially independent, women knowing their rights, and women being able to walk out of a marriage that no longer serves them is about power balance. We are not taking power away from men, but we are trying to balance the power dynamic. Because a woman who works, who makes her own money, who is well educated, who knows her right, will not tolerate any form of abuse from a man. And because she will not tolerate any form of abuse from a man for a prolonged period, it changes the dynamic, and the power does not reside within the man. The balance of power is what men are currently antagonistic to. So I agree with everything she said, that social evolution missed men because most men have not evolved with the times to realize that the women of this generation are not their grandmothers and are not their mothers. However, because of women being educated, making their own money, the power dynamics in marriage have changed, and the power dynamics is now moving towards a more balanced scale, and men do not like that because traditionally their grandfathers and their fathers had power and authority over their wives, and that is something that men are realizing, and they do not like it. My name is Dr. Zita. I'm a sociologist. Dear women, the greatest thing you can do for yourself is to ensure you're educated, you know your rights, you decenter men, and you're willing to walk from any dynamic that does not serve you emotionally, mentally, and physically. If you're not following, guess what? Hit the follow button.
I want to know from women over 35 if cohabitating with men is really worth it.
It's been said before, but I'll say it again. Marriage isn't really good for women. Women don't benefit from being married to men. The comment section on this video is full of women who say this, happily married here. And I say this without weirdness, but if he dies first, and he knows this, LOL, I will not do it again. So many of the comments came from married women, women who claim to be happily married, who say they would never choose to live with a man again. And I think this speaks volumes about the dynamics that exist in our culture overall, right? When men get married, they expect their wife to take care of them, to cook for them, to clean for them, to take care of their children, to have children for them, and they go off and work. But in today's world, these women are also working. And so not only are they working full-time, but they are also expected to care for the home and the children and do exponentially more work in the home than their partner. And oftentimes these men have been raised without the information or expectation that they'll take care of the home themselves or take care of the kids. And so even when they try to help, they need a list, they need her to tell him what to do. And it's exhausting for women. It's been shown that marriage isn't actually good for women. Women who are single do better than men. Also, having children isn't really good for women, right? We have the wage gap, the motherhood penalty, and the fact that having children can put women at a higher risk of financial troubles in the future, right? Marrying men, living with men, and having children doesn't quote unquote benefit women in the same way it does men, which is why so many women say they would never do it again. And that's also why so many men remarry so fast.
Thank you so much for being here throughout the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, please like and share. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.